Alright, so I'm just getting back from my fucking overly long, slightly horrible $500 fucking night. Today started off with some hopefulness and some promise, and it didn't stay fucking hopeful, or it didn't stay fucking good very long. Fucking as I'm loading the car up on the truck, or getting the car loaded up on the tow truck, my boy's like, you excited? You excited to get it done? And I was like, no, not really. I'm really scared of the car because I've had so much fucking problems, so many problems with the car for such a long time now that it's hard to believe that anything good is going to come out of it. And I was borderline right, kind of wrong, not 100% wrong. But anyway, get the car to the dyno. Before we even roll it in, as soon as we drop it, like on the spot, the fucking tuner comes up. Lee, I don't know his last name, but Lee, for you local guys that know that use a tuna Genesis, who did it. The main reason I went to Lee this time is just because of the fact that I've had so many problems with the car, and Lee was there to help with a couple of things that I decided to stick with him just for a safe bet that if what happens tonight happens, I would be able to take it to the shop, even though it didn't go to the shop. But anyway, I'll get to that in a second. Fucking drop the car, and right there on the spot, fucking Lee hooks into it, fixed the idle problem. So then you get to see this right here, which was probably the best part of the day. This. She's running by herself. It's alive. About to get shit started. Alright, so fucking car ran, idled, it was idling pretty good, but I had a little coolant leak, I was going to replace the radiator, but the radiator I was going to put on had a hole in it, so I decided not to. Obviously, I could fucking put a holy radiator. So I left it. The drip didn't look too bad. Thought I'd get away with it. Yeah, but of course, as soon as we get on the fucking dyno, the radiator starts to gush because now the car's run longer than I've ever run it before. And my ghetto fabulous fucking oil return line fell off. So I spent the first 30 fucking minutes there, like, rushing to fucking put the return line back on, and then somebody randomly showed up at the shop that had a radiator in the trunk, and I was able to put that on. So at this point, it went from maybe a slightly positive day to a fucking shitty one, or it was quickly nosediving towards a shitty one, and then it was aggravating. Anyway, fucking put the goddamn car on the roller and started fucking doing some initial pulls and getting the air fuels and shit right, and fucking smelling burnt rubber like a motherfucker. And that my caster on the right side is badly fucked up. I got something's going on over there, but Gene just asked me, got a bigger wheels and bigger tires to put them on, thinking, yay, traction. Fucking wound up fucking me, and that wheel's cutting like a motherfucker inside the fender wheel, and but, fuck it, went ahead and kept going with it, and it wasn't so bad after it broke in a little bit. First pull gets down, fucking drops it up 144 horsepower. Okay, fine, whatever. Initial pull, it didn't, so I wasn't tripping on too hard. At this point in time, I talked to the tuner, and he's like, well, what maps did you have? I got a generic $25 3-bar, and he's like, well, why don't you go grab fucking map sensor 4-bar from Eddie, Genesis Automotive here in Pompano. And so I was like, whatever, fine, I'll take a $100 hit and fucking go buy that and then put that on. So now, besides the tune, which is going to cost me $250, and the dyno time itself, I'm already $100 in the hole. Get the map sensor, put it on. Oh, plus the $30 I got to give the guy for the radiator, so $130 in the hole. Put the map sensor on. Everything's fucking running good, do some more pulls. Get like 3 or 4 more fucking pulls, and we're still getting a good amount of smoke. Like, what the fuck is going on? And fucking only putting down 150 horsepower, and so we go around, take off the boost controller, do some ghetto fabulous stuff there. It's reading a lot of boost, but not making any power. Turns out one of the fucking couplers came off, and of course, it was an enormous boost leak. Fixed that, started fucking going again, 177, 180, finally 200. Struggling to make fucking power. Boost is like 18 fucking pounds, not making any power. What the fuck is going on? The smoke cleared up though, this time, That was good. And he's like, well, your motor's fucking good. It's healthy, man. Everything's strong and great. I was like, yeah, it's fucking awesome, Plus the 177 horsepower pool. and a 173 foot-pound torque. So I was like, fuck yeah, that's great. That's why I wanted the B20, and fuck that whole B16 nonsense with no torque. So then as he goes, well, so what's the problem? Why is it not putting down power? He goes, oh, you're not getting any fuel. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, I got the duty cycles of the fucking injectors at like 190. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, so, well, what do you think it is? Well, I think it's your fuel pump. The last time I had this problem, it was a fuel pump. I'm like, well, that can't be fucking right. That's a brand new fucking in-the-bag fuel pump that I bought. And at this point in time, I think we'd already burned like an hour and a half. So we took the car off the fucking dyno because there was another guy waiting in line. And that guy probably left fucking even saltier than I was, because this fucking guy had an FRS that he's paying for still. He bought a $3,000 turbo kit, and this is his second time on the fucking dyno. He's got, I wasn't getting enough fuel. This guy was getting too much fuel, and his max fucking power was 250 from a $3,000 fucking turbo kit. Yeah, fucking sucks to be that guy. Anyway, so then it was like, oh, well, let's try the fucking fuel pump. At this point in time, I was willing to blow money on another part instead of walking away from that half-ass tune and still paying for it. So, Eddie, how much is the fuel pump? 90 bucks. God damn, give it to me. So now I'm $220 in the fucking hole. Haven't paid for the tune of the dyno time yet. While I'm down waiting for this FRS, I go out and put the fuel pump on. Fucking 3 hours later, the FRS finally comes off, and then I go back on. And so right away, seeing the air fuels are way better. I'm running rich as fuck. Like, so it definitely was the fuel pump that was bad. I had problems there. So we start going into it, get the initial pulls, right? And fucking, we hear a pop noise and fucking smoke just gushing from the front of the engine. We're like, okay, my motor's done. Fucking couldn't take it. So shut everything down, go over. There's fucking oil in the wastegate. So it's like, okay, maybe the engine isn't done. Maybe the fucking turbo blew up. And it's kind of right and kind of wrong. What had happened was, if you see in our pictures, that my fucking oil feed line was straight in the direct line of path for the fucking the wastegate with no dump tube, because the line I had wasn't a 90-degree bend. So it was if I put on the dump tube, it would fucking bend the line and kink it. So I didn't want to oil starve the turbo. I figured that the line would be strong enough to take the heat, but apparently it wasn't. It fucking exploded, and we didn't see it right away. The initial, thing was we really thought the turbo was gone. So okay, fine. So we go back in. Eddie, what's up with the fucking line? So he gives me a 90-degree bend, and it doesn't fit because my thing is too fucking big. So what's up with this line? Well, I don't have that line. And then he's like, oh wait, I do have a line. Here, $10, you can have it. He gives me the fucking line. It's the exact one I had on there. But, we figured, okay, well, maybe now we have this. We don't have a lot of time, but we should have enough time to get the car tuned, which is all I want. I just wanted to see the numbers, right? So we get on there, start running it again, and so after 2 pulls, like the second pull was like 77 horsepower. So he shuts the car down, gets out. He's like, we must have blown a coupling off somewhere. So we're looking, everything's good, no fucking boost leaks. So what's going on? He's like, that's strange because you only built 6 pounds of boost. Like, yeah, that is strange. What the fuck's up with that? He gets back in the car, fucking turns it back on, starts doing some, some fucking pulls, and we hear like nasty metal sound, like clack, 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 grind, fucking pop, and like, oh Jesus Christ, maybe the fucking motor did go. But no, it just the oil line on the turbo popped at fucking high ass RPM, and it starved the fucking turbo. The turbo did give out. It fucking blew up. So at that point in time, turbo's bad. That's it, right? The fucking night is done. So $220 in parts, $100 for the dyno time, and $200 for my fucking tune that is not even a tune. Yeah, so $500 and change. That really sucked. I went in thinking I was gonna spend $200-300, walked out fucking broke. So on the good note is before I kept the smaller turbo because I was gonna try and keep it AC friendly. But I didn't have any space for the condenser, and I didn't want to fucking fabricate some shit, so I left that off. So I was thinking to myself at the time, why don't I put my big turbo on? I have a big ass fucking 70 trim, and I know I'd made good power with that before, and I was gonna put it on, but I didn't. So if I had put it on, I would have blew that fucking turbo up. So that's the only good thing about that came from that, is that now I am gonna go back and put the bigger turbo on, and we're gonna get another line, so that's better. We don't have that problem anymore. Now the fuel issue's gone, and fucking I'm gonna get a new downpipe fabricated. So I also have to put on. I gotta get some motor mounts because my fucking engine was gonna take off. I didn't shoot any footage from the dyno because the dyno was just nothing but problems. There was nothing really to show. The highest number for the day was 208 horsepower. The only good thing that came out of tonight is the fact that I know that my engine's solid, because we pushed the fuck out of it, and 20 pounds it saw at one point, and it held it no problem. The motor is the only thing that was sound about this car. Everything else was just shaky and falling apart, and I fucked myself up, and that just goes to show that I really need to slow down with this thing. I really wanted the numbers. I really wanted it for an advertising tool, but looks like it's just gonna have to wait a little bit. The good thing is from this, I'm trying to take away is that when it comes time to put that Integra together, instead of rushing like I was going to, that I'm just gonna sit back and really take my time with making sure everything is brand new, like brand new fucking. So that way I don't have any fuck ups like this, because this was really an embarrassing day, and I absolutely hate to work with other people looking over me, and so I know people pointing at the car and it's a fucking piece of shit, fuck, it's garbage, wasn't even ready, or you're wasting time, and I fucking felt absolutely shitty, The motor was good, but like I said, the motor was the only thing good. Everything on the car was just, everything else was fucking ratty, The turbo kit, of course, is solid. And the turbo wouldn't have popped if it hadn't been for that line. But the bad thing is that this is happening at the end of the month. So then my next 2 fucking paychecks are already taken. So I won't be able to see dyno time again until the middle of next month. And but hopefully by the time that comes around, everything will be, all my little kinks will be worked out. So I'll be good and solid, and really prepared for the dyno. And I'll put down some good numbers for sure with the bigger turbo. All right. So. Yeah, I just wanted to give a little update. The car is definitely for sure coming. It ran with no check engine lights. It's idling now, so the car's actually drivable. I just gotta fucking bleed the brakes because my passenger or my driver's side caliper was leaking, and it was sitting for like 7 to 8 months. So all my fluid drained out, and I put fluid in now, and I gotta bleed it. Yeah, I really don't want to put too much more money into this car because I got a sneaky suspicion that the car has been crashed before, or something's fucked up, and I don't know if I want to keep it long term. I never like to part out cars either, but I may fucking yank that swap out of that car and maybe junk the shell. I don't know. Time's gonna tell with that, but I've had so much fucking bad shit with that car now that I just don't even want to fuck with it. I don't even look at it, set it on fire. As soon as I fucking tune it, I may take it out for 1 weekend and then never fuck with it again after that. I gotta get rid of that shit. Alright, that's all for the update. Fucking guys, this shit's coming. I'm not doing any more fucking work this weekend. I spent the whole fucking day from like 12 o'clock in the afternoon to fucking midnight dealing with this fucking car. I'm all burnt out. Gotta spend some time at home chilling. So, don't expect any more this weekend if you guys are watching this now. It's gonna be next week. Got any questions or concerns or anything about anything for yourself, just fucking let me know, inbox or drop a comment. And thanks for watching. Peace.